Hello again guys, and welcome back to another Big Al Devlin video here at the House of Devlin. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today is a video that is really all about me adapting and changing my workouts from that of a weightlifter and powerlifter to that of a martial artist, but also taking into account obviously I do have a broken ankle at the same time. I broke my left ankle twice over the last month, just because I have a nature for falling over at the moment because of brain damage that I received a couple of years ago. But I will battle and fight through it, as will any warrior. That's the warrior spirit and code, right? And I'm happy to be in the gym. And the bike is one of those things that you can do when you have a broken ankle, especially when you've got orthopedic straps around it and big work boots surrounding it also to give it as much support as possible. That's exactly what I'm doing here. Now, I wish I could say I could cycle this fast. I'd be a bit like the Flash, wouldn't I? And I'd also be world champion if I could knee that quick. Imagine the amount of damage. Bloody hell. Now, I've sped up the video, guys, because what I'm doing is I'm doing 5 minutes of bike work. I've selected a pre-programmed workout called aerobic, where it's essentially a step pyramid program where it increases the intensity, then decreases, then increases, then decreases. But as I say, in steps, so it takes about 4 increases to get to peak intensity and then 4 back down to the bottom again. So really what happens is you have a period where you start to rest, but you're still working at quite high intensity. And what this is doing for me, in my personal opinion, is simulating what it's like to be in a real fight, in a real MMA fight, because having done ring fighting before, I'm very familiar with the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, it's most of the time you punch them, you kick them, you attack them a little bit, but then you back off because you want to conserve your energy, and then they come back and they attack you, they punch you, they kick you, and it's all about simulating what it's like to be in a real fight. Now we're moving on now onto bench press. And with today's bench press, what I'm doing is 60 kilograms, which is 135 pounds roughly. Roughly. Yeah, 135 pounds. Yeah, so 60 kilograms or 135 pounds. And what I'm doing is it's a strange workout. It's reps, but with intensity. And what I mean by that is not intensity with the number of sets, but intensity with the lack of rest that you're getting. So I've just done 35 reps on 60 kilos. That's nice and easy. But 60 kilos is a warm-up rate, okay? 135 pounds, nice and easy. Not going to feel that. And I'm feeling good at the moment. I'm now having what is my rest period essentially, which is bicep curls, and I do this in between every set, although this is the only set that you'll see it filmed, I believe, because I do cut it off afterwards because I have spots come over to help, and I don't, obviously permission and all the rest of it. But anyway, what I'm doing is essentially I'm just working my arms. It doesn't take that long. The dumbbells only weigh 12 kilograms, so they're not heavy. Okay, they're not heavy at all. They just underneath 30 pounds, about 27 and a half pounds, 28 pounds, something like that. And then I'm straight back on. Now my intentions here are to do 35 reps on 60 kilos again. Now obviously everyone else in the gym doesn't know this. They just expect me to give up when my body has given up, but I will not. My body, I'm going to try and force way beyond its potential and its capabilities, its current capabilities, because if I don't, I'm just not going to progress and be able to increase the endurance of the muscles, because there's no point being able to be super strong and bench press 180 kilos and hit like a ton of bricks if you can only do it once or twice. This is the kind of training that builds up that intensity of cardiovascular fitness and muscle fitness into your muscles, so that they can keep going and keep going and keep going through an entire 5-minute round. Because recently I discovered, I've been talking to the guys about the organizations to join and stuff, and it may look like I may just have a chance at getting into the UFC fairly quickly. Um, and they have 5 minute rounds typically. So this is why I'm trying to keep things around the 5 minute mark. So like with the bike, for example, I did 5 minutes, and now here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get myself to the point of exhaustion where I'm so tired, but I'm still fighting through it. As you can see, I'm going for those 35 reps. I failed on 20 reps, but I'm still keep going and keep going, and I actually failed there completely because I failed to get the bar onto the rack, and that lovely man there helped. And another spot, a lovely guy comes over to help spot me through the last few reps. I don't get many because I tried there to lift it and I failed. I knew if I went down it was not going to come back up, so I'm trying to get a breather, but I don't want to spend too long because obviously that defeats the point of this particular type of workout. So a spot comes over, one of my friends, and he's just there to watch me and keep me safe. But my body's pretty much done by now. There we go. And there's just nothing you can do. Sometimes the mind is stronger than the body. That's the one thing you got. That's proven. The mind is always stronger than the body. But the body can be broken and remade and made as strong as the mind. At least that's what I believe anyway. Now this is straight after a very short rest period of about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something like that. So I haven't had much rest. I've just done my arms, that's all. So it's the same sort of rest period that I had before. But what I'm doing is I did wide grip bench press. Now I'm doing short grip bench press. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give my body a break by allowing it to focus on certain muscle groups or certain parts of the bench press that allow it to focus its strength all through one zone. And then I'm trying to do then normal bench, which is hard after you've already pre-exhausted on wide grip and short grip, and that's all I got, but it was enough. It was still good enough. I do some more biceps and then I come back. But this time I come back after a little bit of a rest because I know that there's no point. I'm only going to get 1 or 2 reps. So what I decided was I took a minute and a half rest, and I've come back and I don't know how many reps here I get, but you can see how 90 seconds compared to 20, 30, 40 seconds, whatever I was getting, makes a difference of. And so really what the bench press, what I've been doing today is not only building up my musculature and strength for my endurance, but I've also been building up my mental ability to resist, to get ready for a fight again with less than a minute's rest. Because of course in the ring you have your 2 minute, your 3 minute or your 5 minute rounds, whatever, but the one universal thing that you do have is normally a minute's rest. And so if I can get my body to recover in less than a minute, well, there we go. Then I've got an advantage because then I've got 20 seconds to think of game plans. If I can recover in 40 seconds after a really hard round, I've got 20 seconds to start planning what I'm going to do to my opponent. I can analyse their technique, I can analyse, obviously that's partly what the corner that is there to do, to talk to you whilst you're tired, but it's nice to do it yourself as well, because of course when you're seeing it from a different perspective to your corner. Your corner is very important, and if you've got a good corner, they're worth their weight in gold. But nonetheless, it's nice to rely on your own eyes as well. So what I'm just doing now is I'm banned from, as you guys know, from hitting the bag here at the gym because I hit it too hard. So I thought, well, there's a concrete pillar over there, I'll go hit that. So I'm hitting that pillar over there. That's my punching buddy and kicking buddy. I don't hit it as hard or as fast as I do I would at a bag for obvious reasons, and I'm hitting it a little bit slower today than I normally would regards my kicks, because one, I'm got to be careful with my left foot. I've got to be really careful because if I get a third injury on, it's not going to heal for a very long time. I'm not going to be at peak performance for a very long time, but at the moment I'm doing okay. I'm recovering fairly quickly. But also, as well as this, in a couple of days time I am going to be getting tattooed on my shins, both my left and right shins. So I don't want big cuts in my leg, because I do cut myself kicking that pillar. As you'll see in a bit, there is a small little sort of glimpse of the damage it does. And I cut myself when I bleed, and it's like having someone hit you with a cane or something along those lines. Not a knife, but more like a cane or a bludgeoning iron, and hitting you so hard that they rip the skin apart. That's not the best thing to do just before you get tattooed. So I'm just practicing here basic kicking techniques and practicing my balance, get where to put it, and everything like this, and then warming up my legs and stretching and stuff like this. But then what I'll do is, as we'll get towards the end of the video, as I'm sort of doing now, and in the next few clips, I practice my shadow boxing, okay, and my shadow fighting, should I say, because it's not all boxing, as you see. I will throw the knee in, and I'm simulating where my opponent's going in my head, and what he's doing to me also, and what I'm going to do to counter his attacks, because bear in mind, I am a counter fighter, so I've got to, in my head, when I'm shadow boxing, not think what am I doing, I've got to think what my opponent is doing and what I would do in return to their attacks. Now, I've just simulated me getting put into the corner. I've been chased into the corner, and I've grabbed his head essentially. Well, Muay Thai clinch essentially, and what I did there was a stamp kick to his weak leg, his back leg, and which would put you on the ground, and then a simulated punching him, finishing him on the ground. And there you just saw the glimpse of my legs. So there are cuts on my leg, but they're minor. I'm hoping they heal because they're still on my leg at the moment. And this was a day or two ago, this workout. So. We'll see. Now I've just kicked the pillar twice. A front kick, a stamp kick, well, a couple of stamp kicks and stuff. And every time I kicked it with my left foot, it absolutely was excruciating. Okay, it was very, very painful, and in a bad way as well. Okay, it wasn't the kind of pain that you should be able to tolerate. It's a pain that you should not tolerate, because it's damaging stuff. And so that's why you don't see any more left kicks now, apart from maybe in the air, because I know that my ankle still isn't ready for impact kicks, even light kicks, because I was tapping that pillar, but it was enough to hurt me. Not a lot, the pain was minimal, but it was a warning sign that if I kicked that full power, that I would potentially do damage to my ankle and prevent it going any further. Now I'll try and talk you through some of my shadow boxing techniques that I'm doing here. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm trying to perceive a roundhouse kick or some form of kick coming in, and then my counters. Okay, so I move away. Obviously, I do this quicker in a real fight, but I move away. I hook your leg. I grab your head with my left arm in this case, and then I take you out by either kneeing you, if I've got a good grip on your head, or by stamp kicking you in the leg to try and take you down to the ground. And there you go, you see the sort of speed, and then you're down on the ground, and then bang, that's when you can finish them. So thank you for watching, guys. All views are appreciated, all comments are appreciated, even the negative ones. Thank you, goodbye.